Alright guys, I'm trying out the RTR on some gentle ATV trails. This is an old railroad bed in Newport, Maine. I'm going to see how the range is on this for this kind of riding. Starting at 100%, although I'm already down to 92 because of the voltage drop. Gone 0.4 miles already. I'm going to try and go 10 miles each direction. And see what's left at the end. I'm starting out in first speed on the RTR. As far as modifications go, not a whole lot on here. I've got a stock motor and stock battery, so we'll see if there's any overheating issues. But I do have the taller bars, I do have the upgraded rear shock, and I have the big wheel kit on here and the headlight kit. And the upgraded chain. So I guess it kind of is a lot, but it's none of the expensive stuff anyway. I do regret bringing riding boots, especially for a trail like this. It makes the bike more cramped feeling. They have such tall platforms on them. I'm not able to hug the bike with my legs like I normally would. We're at 1.3 miles so far. Reading 82%. Figure at this rate it's going to take me about 40 minutes to do this, 10 miles each way. I do kind of wish I had rear view mirrors though for this. Just don't know if anybody's going to be coming up behind me, although at 30 miles an hour I don't really know what the expectation is for the speed limit on this trail. I tried to look it up and there's like nothing official that I could find. There, this one I actually got to see the stop ahead sign ahead of time and not have to jam on the brakes. This is pretty gentle stuff. The suspension is feeling fine on this. I do think there's a certain point where this trail gets rougher. I don't know if we're going to hit that or not before I hit 10 miles. And I'm hoping at 30 miles an hour, going 10 miles each way is still possible. This gravel here is so hard packed it might as well be pavement. I do have the headlight on. I don't know how many watts that is. I assume it's probably around 20 watts. So over the course of this 1 hour test, it's going to be 20 watt hours off I think a 1800 watt hour battery. So I don't think that's a huge battery cost. I wanted to go on real trails today, but it will not stop raining in Maine on the weekends. It was supposed to be done raining yesterday at like 1 o'clock, and instead it just kept raining, and even this morning it was raining pretty hard. .4 miles so far. I'm at 76%. Smells like campfires. If everything does well here, it would be a good idea of whether or not it's worth getting a bigger battery for trail riding. Or at least to know if I need to buy the other motor upgrade. Miles in, that's 75%. I'm gonna stop for a photo op real quick. Oh no, I'm not, because I can't easily take my phone off because of this. I wanted to use a different phone, my like spare phone, to have Onyx on and tracking, but for whatever reason that phone doesn't support the app. It like opens up but half the functions don't work when you touch stuff, just nothing happens. If my battery percentage is looking good on the way back, I might put it in second gear and have a little more fun. Still nobody behind me. All right, now we got people behind me. I'm gonna pull over and let him pass. 3.5 miles, 74%. I thought there were 2 of them. Nope, just one. This will give me a good idea how fast it's okay to go on this trail without getting in trouble. Oh yeah, the trail's rougher now too. Much rougher. There are side trails, I think, and when we hit Corinna, if I get that far, there's a side trail I wanted to look at and see if the sign says anything about no motorcycles. Whoa. So much rain. bad going 25 to 30 where that UTV is just gone. I know if I were to take this on like standard trails, you know, a real ATV trail, I would get much better range off it because I wouldn't be going fast and there's all kinds of rocks and roots and stuff. I guess I don't mean range, I mean ride time. On a real ATV trail, I'm not going to be able to go 25, 30 miles an hour the whole time. Alright, that sign says we're in Corinna. I'm at 72% and 4.9 miles in. I think my suspension is maybe a little firm for this kind of trail. Those might be famous last words later when things pick up. Definitely gonna be muddy after this. Trailside indoor storage. Gas station there. That's slippery. Dexter 8 miles, Dover Foxcroft 21 miles. We are not making it that far. Is anybody coming? Nope. 72% and 5.8 miles. I think the inability to see my feet on the pegs the way I want with these boots on is making my butt get sore quicker than it would normally. Phew. Still at 72%. Bike is going to be disgusting after this. Ooh. Like how you can't see how deep these puddles are. I guess I'll have to take it easy to those big ones. I did tighten my spokes before heading out today, so those were all even and the wheels were as round as they'll get. There, we finally went down, 71%. No one behind me still. Thought I was going to see a lot more people on this trail since the parking lot was really full. Oh, there's somebody. Seven miles, 70%. There's somebody behind me now too. Oh, there's not somebody behind me. Probably should have bumped it in second or third speed there to pass that guy. I think that was a Ranger of some kind. He's had the outfit on. We're at 68% and 8.1 miles. I would love for this map to be like, what are you doing? There we go. Love for it to be pointing in the direction I'm actually going. These kind of trails are a little bit boring. Not a whole lot of scenery. At some point we enter a small town. I don't know if I'm going to get there though. Too zoomed in on my map to tell. Miles, 64%. I don't think I want to go below 60%, although to be fair, if I turned it off and back on, I might get a better idea of the battery percentage. Okay. This feels a little squirrely. They must have, whoa, just groomed this. It's pretty rough though. .5 miles at 62%. .7 miles. Whoop. Trying to see what's coming up here. bike says I've gone 9.5 miles. My GPS says 9.8 miles. I wonder how my motor's doing heat-wise. And we hit 10 miles on my phone and 9.6 on the bike. That means my bike is now over 100 miles on the odometer. There's a rough spot. Maybe let's not go 30 over it. Alright, I see an intersection up here. Let me hit that and see what's coming up on the map. I think it'd be cool to ride with somebody and have them somebody on an ATV or side by side, have them bring an extra battery so you can ride along and then swap it out. You'll know exactly where to turn around since you have two batteries. Alright, so what am I at? 61%, 10.4 miles. Is there anything interesting? Man, we're so... I don't know if we're close or not to Dexter, but that would have been cool to see. I think Dexter has a nice view of the town from up high. And then there's another lake or stream or something. Alright. I guess I'll go till 60%. That should technically mean that I have 20% when I get back to the car. And that's a hard 62% here where I haven't turned it off and back on to play the little voltage trick. I've been in first speed here, so I don't think I've really been dipping the voltage too hard. Trail just got pretty gross. %. I think I started at mile 3, so I don't know how accurate those signs are. .9 miles. When I stop to turn around, I think I'm going to swap the battery in my GoPro because I doubt it'll make it all the way back since we've gone probably more than a half hour here. 34 minutes it says. Nice looking poison ivy down there. Alright, we hit 60%. not in Dexter. So where am I? Right, please. Let me cross the road and see what that sign says up here. Welcome to Dexter. 11.4 miles, 61%. Oh, we went back up. I guess I should keep going, huh? Yeah, we're in Dexter, but we're not in the town part yet. I probably could do it if I really wanted to push this battery. But I don't really want to push the battery and end up walking. Restaurant 2 miles away. Not gonna make it to that. Alright, let me find a place to pull over and swap my GoPro. I'm testing out this windslayer muff on here. Hopefully it hasn't overheated. I figure with 30-mile-an-hour winds should be doing okay. Man, we are so close to Dexter. Well, like I'm at 12 miles on a battery that's advertised as 25-mile range. I think I got a turn. There, 12 miles. Okay, 12.1 miles, 37 minutes. Can't read my GoPro batteries at 41%. Think I'm just gonna send it for now at 41% and stop somewhere nicer where there isn't poison ivy everywhere. Oh. Okay, so the bike says 11.6 miles at 60%. My thing says 12.1. Let's turn it off. Back on. 68% battery, so we gained 8% doing that. The motor is definitely feeling heat. You know what? My tools are loose. It looks like they're touching my shock. Alright, right back down to 65%. Range anxiety, but technically I should have good 20% left when we get back. Maybe even 30% if I turn it off and wait a few seconds. Based on how muddy the motor looked, it looked like I have been cooling it down in these puddles maybe. We're at 62%, 12.8 miles still. Thought we were at 12.8 when I turned. Maybe that's 12.1. 12.1, yeah. Those bridges when wet, they are so slick. If I were to gun my gas, I'd definitely have a wheel going sideways. Back down to 60%. That's a whole mile later from, we're at 13.2 miles now. You say my speed has mostly been 25 to 30. Sometimes I dip to 23, it looks like. Thing is, these tires don't actually stop that fast on this from 30. The brakes have felt good, even when they're wet. I can still lock the tires if I want pretty easily. It's just a lack of grip on such a hard packed surface. It's the same when I'm riding on the road. It's not the same as a supermoto tire. %. I can't wait to wash this, huh? It's gonna be disgusting. I just realized something. The odometer on here is not going to be accurate because I had the big wheel kit on, I wouldn't think. I think that's how it works anyway. I know it does on cars, but I don't know where it's reading the speed from. It's all digital based on my speed, and maybe my speed isn't accurate because the wheels are bigger. Somebody who's better at math can figure that one out. I guess it would be important to see if the speedometer is actually correct. And if it is, then probably the odometer is correct. This is that loose section. They must have just done some trail work on it. Okay, we're at 52%. At 15 miles. I could have gone to Dexter. It would have been a little bit sketchy. I guess we'll find out. Maybe if this is anything like, I mean, it's directly reading the voltage, so it's possible that voltage tapers off at a different rate at a certain point. So maybe, like, say when you're down to 20%, that last 20% disappears all in like 2 miles. I feel definitely less power on the throttle now. Just hit 50%. Cool my motor down. Miles, 47%. if that's that same Ranger. Maybe not. Nobody behind me, so. My butt's a little sore. My legs are not too cramped though. %. 16.8 miles. Tried to pull up a little on that one. Oh, my app closed out. If I see that gas station again, I'll probably go change my GoPro battery there and get my phone app working again. Hopefully some of that got on the motor and cooled it. I don't remember which puddle here hurt. do. Barn kind of smells like an outhouse. Oh, my legs. 18.4 miles, 56 minutes, 40%. Stopping the GoPro. Alright guys, I'm back. Took just about 2 minutes there to do that. Did not realize my backpack that I'm wearing is totally plastered in mud. So it'll be another extra little thing to clean. Alright, let's see what we're at now. We were at 40%, now we're at 51%. 114 miles on here now. Still says 18.4 miles. Let us go. GoPro was feeling hot. Wow. That is just freaking ice. The windslayer on my GoPro. Hopefully it's doing an okay job with the wind noise, but man, does it keep the heat in. When I pulled the battery out, it was like very hot. Alright, there's that gas station. I haven't decided yet if I should cut this video up or just send it as one big long video for anybody interested. I know it's probably pretty boring to watch a rail bed trail, but it does give a really good idea of the battery life on this machine in these conditions. First ATV hit me with mud. 42%. Jeez, maybe we're gonna make it back with like 30% left instead of 20%. It does seem like, because of the way it measures the percentage based on voltage, that first 10% is a significant voltage drop. So maybe that first 10% goes quicker than the rest. I totally forgot to pay attention for the Corinna Trail to see if dirt bikes are allowed. That was a big sudden drop. Thought I was just at 42 last time I looked down. We're at 20.3 miles. I was riding a little rough there. At least as rough as first speed lets you go. Okay, we're losing them quick now. Maybe I'll start slowing down, I don't know. Maybe we're in the end of battery life voltage drop now. Alright, we're back at this lake. I think it's Sebasticook Lake. I wonder how shaky this footage is going to be on my GoPro. I feel like my head's not shaking much, but the helmet is kind of going up and down a good amount. 32. Mile 4, that said, so I think we are getting pretty close. Wonder how the fishing is out there. Alright, so I'm probably more than 20 miles in here. My phone turned off though. We're at 31%. Come on. I don't want to use my fingerprint. What if I don't want to use my fingerprint? What are you doing? 21.6 miles. 31%. 40%. I could definitely use some kind of seat cushion. And then on a ride like today, I probably didn't need the boots because it's not like I'm doing jumps and other dangerous stuff. Those two things would have made a big difference. 37%. Definitely good to make it back now. I'm at 22 miles, so there's 2.2 miles left, and I got 36% battery. I can only go 35 miles an hour in the first speed now. Percent, 22.5 miles. $37 an hour. 38. Jet squirrel. 39. Come on, 40. Normally, I think I'd be able to hit 55. That bumped me down to 29%. Go and another stop. Shoot. That was a waste. Man, the poison ivy. Three miles. So everybody so far has been riding with their headlights on, which I'm doing. I see this person isn't. It's definitely helpful seeing people way in advance when the headlights are on. He didn't know what he was doing. %, 34%, 23.4 miles. We're almost back. It probably doesn't show, but I've been doing a lot of full throttle on this way back. Different kind of stop sign there. .6. It's been like 25 seconds of full throttle. This is practically pavement here. It's so hard packed. Yeah, I think this is it. Yep. Still got 28% left after 23.9 so far. No overheating. Ooh, something just happened. Oh, my chain is suddenly loose. Just in time. Wow. Okay, 24.1 miles. 26%. Let me turn it off and back on. I wonder what happened there to get loose like that. I do tighten that chain a lot, and that is the upgraded chain. 32% after 24 miles. Not bad. And not even street riding. Turn the headlight off with the headlight on. I don't know what would have made. Obviously it needs a wash, but it's weird. It was just suddenly loose. I wonder if this bolt was a little bit loose and then it moved into the catch there. Alright, time to unload. Alright, let me know if you have any comments below, and thank you for watching.